Connecticut native's book was the inspiration for Shonda Rhimes' new Netflix series, The Residents. A lot of folks have been talking about it. Well, this morning, we are hearing from the author of the New York Times bestseller, The Residents, Inside the Private World of the White House. Kate Andersen Brower. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
So excited to have you join us on the show this morning. So first up, Kate, just tell us, where were you when you got the news about your book being turned into a show, and how did you react?
Well, I was actually, the book was originally optioned in 2015 by Kevin Spacey. And that ended up going nowhere, of course, because of all of his issues. And then in 2018, I got a call out of nowhere that Shonda Rhimes and Shondaland wanted to, her production company, Shondaland, wanted to option it. And an option, a lot of times things don't get made. And so I didn't want to get my hopes up too much, but I am so excited that it actually got done. And it's a wonderful team. And it was really exciting. We went out to visit the set with our 3 kids, and they did an incredible job at recreating the White House.
I love that. And I bet it's just really cool to have Shonda Rhimes, the Shonda Rhimes, pick up your work. So the show premiered late last month, and it is still in the top 10 shows here in the U.S. How does it feel, seeing your work become art on a TV screen?
It's very surreal, I was a White House reporter for Bloomberg News, and the book that I wrote is a nonfiction book, and it's about the butlers and the housekeepers and the people who work behind the scenes at the White House, from the Kennedy administration through the Obama administration. And so it's thrilling to see the work that Shonda Rhimes and her team did to take the stories from the book and incorporate them in the show, which is, as you said, a murder mystery. It's a lot of fun. The show is really kind of just lighthearted, fun. I love murder mysteries. I wish I had written it myself, but I'm just very honored to be any part of it.
Yeah. Okay, now, Kate, you are a Connecticut native. You have roots here. Tell me how your upbringing in Connecticut helps, shape the way you decide to create.
Well, I grew up in Washington, Connecticut. I went to Chapag High School. My father, Christopher Andersen, is also a writer. So I grew up knowing that this was something I could potentially do. I worked in New York, then I went to DC, and I got my start as a journalist and kind of worked my way up. But I love going back home. I love Connecticut. The rolling hills of northwestern Connecticut are just so peaceful. I feel my blood pressure going down every time I go up and visit. So yeah, I have a lot of love for that part of the country, and I go up and visit all the time with our kids.
Awesome, and I'm glad that your little ones have an opportunity to explore and enjoy the same things that you did when you lived here.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like it. I live outside of DC now, and I always love just looking at the stars at night in Connecticut. You don't see that as much outside of big cities or in heavy, dense suburbs. And my favorite thing was just going on drives around Lake Warramog. The natural beauty there is really unmatched in the entire country, I think.
Yeah. Now, Kate, you're also a journalist, but getting back to you as an author, you have had 2 New York Times bestsellers, and you also wrote the first authorized biography on Elizabeth Taylor. That is, quite an accomplishment to have under your belt. What's up next?
I'm working on a book about presidential secretaries, so the women who work in the outer oval of the White House, from Evelyn Lincoln, who worked for JFK, up to the modern day, the secretaries to President Trump, and the work that these women have done over the years, the access they have to the president, kind of the unsung work that women have always done in the West Wing of the White House. And so that's been a lot of fun getting to know some of these women. It's very much in line with The Residents and the work that I've done in the past.
I love that. And we all know women are often, the movers and shakers, and they are the people who make things happen behind the scenes.
Yes, 100%. That's what I love writing about.
Yeah. All right, now we do have to head out, but really quickly, how can folks keep up with your work?
Well, I have a Facebook page, Kate Andersen Brower, and I have a website, katebrower.com, and you can reach out to me there.
Alrighty, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations again.
Thank you so much for having me.